California Adult Education Program, Technical Assistance Project.
Hello, and welcome to this overview of the CAEP Summit 2022 Call for Proposals. I am Dr. Veronica Parker, coordinator with the CAEP Technical Assistance Project.
And hello, I am Mandalee Gonzalez, project specialist with CAEP Technical Assistance Project.
CAEP TAP launched in 2017 with the goal of providing technical assistance, professional learning, and capacity building activities to California's 71 adult education consortia. Annually, CAEP TAP hosts the CAEP Directors Event in September and the CAEP Summit in October. CAEP TAP publishes a weekly newsletter, hosts regular webinars and online events, and manages the CAEP Summit website. These resources help administrators, teachers, and educators learn about adult education programs and student supports, access program guidance, and stay abreast of updates from the CAEP office.
Since 2018, CAEP TAP hosts the annual CAEP Summit, a statewide convening ideal for teachers, coordinators, administrators, and support staff in the network of California adult education providers under the California Adult Education Program. Each year, the CAEP Summit centers on an area of focus for CAEP practitioners in alignment with the CAEP priorities: equity, learner transition, leadership, marketing, program development, program evaluation, and technology and distance learning.
This year's theme is "The Power is Yours. Use your plan to evolve and re-engage." The purpose of this theme is to implement the new CAEP 3-year plan while continuing to reflect on all that we have learned since the global pandemic and the racial, social, cultural, and economic disruptions we have all experienced. Now we have the opportunity to reimagine adult education to center the needs of learners and re-engage them in our educational spaces.
In this video, we will provide insight into the call for proposal process, including a discussion of each program strand, new call for proposal criteria, and a live demonstration of the call for proposal website. Call for proposal submissions are due on August 19th, 2022. Mark your calendars for this year's CAEP Summit 2022, October 25th through the 28th. This year, since we are still in a virtual environment, we will have varying start and end times. On Tuesday and Thursday, the summit will start at 10 a.m. and end at 4 p.m. On Wednesday and Friday, the summit will start at 7:30 a.m. and end at 2:30 p.m. The CAEP Summit 2022 is free to attend. So let's start by reviewing the program strands. Equity encompasses cultural awareness, cultural responsiveness, access, and more. Proposals aligned to this strand should focus on research, theory, and/or practice, with equity being the foundation and incorporated throughout. For example, bringing equity to professional development by providing strategies that teachers can incorporate in the classroom, such as having an open dialogue and providing an opportunity for all to have a voice. Another example includes having intentional conversations on a number of topics, such as digital literacy, English language use, etc. To better understand the needs of learners, teachers can scaffold lessons to meet the learners where they are. Leadership incorporates topics such as organizational change, developing systems to increase efficiency, developing individual competencies, making decisions, and more. Proposals in this strand address systems created to streamline intake processes, efficiencies to collaborate with consortium members, and more.
Learner transition addresses college and career pathways, transition supports, counseling, and adult dual and co-enrollment. Proposals aligned to this program strand focuses on systems consortia and agencies have implemented to navigate learners through education, career, or other paths. Marketing focuses on how agencies and consortia are utilizing traditional and innovative methods to recruit learners and partners and raise awareness amongst community members, legislators, and other stakeholders. Proposals aligned to this program strand should address how consortia and agencies have effectively implemented marketing methods to reach learners in the region increase enrollment, establish partnerships, and more.
Program development, curriculum, classroom are specialized programs such as integrated education and training, career technical education, apprenticeship, EL civics, and more. Proposals in this strand should showcase programs and classes that have addressed the needs of learners in the region. Program evaluation focuses on the process in which consortia and members use to evaluate instruction, learner outcomes, programs, and more. For this strand, proposals should demonstrate the systems in place to collect student data, starting at intake and assessment, instruction, learner gains, and outcomes. Program evaluation could also address processes at the consortium level.
For the last strand, technology and distance learning, it incorporates distance, hybrid, and high-flex learning models, including curriculum, software, and more. Proposals in this strand should exhibit best practices with integrated technology that supports engagement, instruction, innovative peer collaboration, and unique ways existing technologies are utilized. So now we have provided an overview of each program strand. I will conduct a brief live demonstration and touch on the new criteria for proposals this year. So now we are on the call for proposals site for the CAEP Summit 2022. Remember, the power is yours and use your plan to evolve and re-engage. The summit will be held on October 25th through 28th, 2022. It's free to attend for everyone this year. However, even if you submit a call for proposal and is accepted to present at the CAEP Summit 2022, you still must register to attend the actual summit. We are still in a virtual environment, and so we will be utilizing a new virtual platform this year. Our summit, because we are still in the virtual environment, we will have varying start and end times. So on Tuesday, October 25th, and Thursday, October 27th, the summit will start at 10 o'clock a.m. and end at 4 o'clock p.m. Then on Wednesday, October 26th, and Friday, October 28th, the summit will start at 7:30 a.m. and end at 2:30 p.m. Now, this next section on the call for proposal website, we are addressing our adult education colleagues who will be submitting a call for proposal. So this first line, we reiterate that we are in a virtual environment on a new virtual platform, and the dates are October 25th through October 28th. Now, the second paragraph, we talk about the current experience of adult education in California at this time. And so we're entering the endemic phase of COVID-19. However, adult education practitioners across the state will be implementing the CAEP 2022 through 25 three-year plan. And so with those two big awarenesses, we want to make sure that we are reflecting on what we have learned over the past 2 years, and we're designing student-centered, equity-focused programs and policies in adult education. And so with that, the CAEP Summit 2022 is an opportunity for all of us to share and discuss the innovative and effective promising practices, strategies, and other resources that we have implemented to address technology and distance learning, as well as provide student supports, transition services, partnerships, as well as being equity-minded and responding, having cultural responsiveness, as well as having data and accountability practices in place. Now, the call for proposal submission deadline is August 19th, 2022, and all who submit a call for proposal will be notified by September 9th, 2022. The next section is the re-registration note. And so here, again, we are reiterating that presentation proposals are separate from registration, and all who submit a call for proposal, whether you're accepted or not, you will still need to register to attend the CAEP Summit 2022. Now, if the proposal is approved, the CAEP Technical Assistance Project team members will notify the lead presenter as well as all co-presenters. And all lead and co-presenters will be required to register to attend the summit if your proposal is accepted. Again, there's no cost to attend the CAEP Summit 2022. And here, these bulleted items are some Important information that we would like to let you know as you are preparing to submit your call for proposal, as well as things that you need to be aware of when you are accepted and you are preparing to present at the CAEP Summit 2022. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that you have a dedicated laptop or desktop computer in order to present at the summit. We are still in a virtual environment, so it's going to be extremely important that you have Wi-Fi connection as well as, or you can be hardwired into the internet. You want to make sure that you attend the presenter training. In this training, we'll be covering how to use the new virtual platform as well as manage your session, audio, and technology. So all lead presenters and co-presenters, it is important and a must that you attend the presenter training. And all presenters who participate, you will want to schedule a walkthrough with the CAEP TAP staff prior to the summit to ensure that you are able to utilize the new virtual platform as well as Zoom. That's where all of the sessions will be held. For shareable resources, you are able to share resources with our attendees. Resources can be shared on the virtual platform website as well as shared in your virtual session. However, in order to share your resources, they have to be 508 compliant and accessible. We will cover these components during the presenter training, so that's another reason why you have to attend that training. Your resources that you can share are available to be shared in Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and PDF. But remember, they have to be 508 compliant and accessible. For each session, you are able to upload at least one resource. However, we do understand that some presenters have multiple resources that they would like to share with their attendees. If that is the case for you, you want to make sure that you create a shareable folder, either in Google or Microsoft, and upload all available resources in that folder. Again, they must be 508 compliant and accessible. Then you would share that link and we would put it on the virtual conference platform website, and you can also share it during your session. So again, one resource or a shareable link for multiple resources. The next bullet we cover is, again, all presenters must include attendee engagement activities in this virtual environment. Sometimes it could be hard to gain the attention of our attendees, especially when there are other competing priorities or tasks that they may be responding to. So you want to include some level of engagement in your session to keep all your attendees engaged in your session at the summit. And once again, you must register to attend the summit. And if you have any questions about the call for proposal process or any accommodations you may need, anything of that nature, you can use the comments and questions section of this website to submit any questions or comments that you may have. So the next section on this call for proposal website is the actual presentation. So first and foremost, we want to ensure that you include the title of your presentation and make sure that the title of your presentation is less than 250 characters. We utilize the title to add to the agenda, put it on the website, etc. And we want to make sure that we have enough space to include your entire title. So it's very important that it's under 250 characters. The abstract is an opportunity for you to provide a brief overview of your session. So in the abstract, you will include components such as the topic in which you will be discussing during your session, as well as the outcomes that attendees could expect to walk away with, as well as the intended audience for your particular session. Now, a new criteria that we are including for this year's CAEP Summit 2022 is a description section. This section is 1,000 character limit, and in this section, you will include more components than the abstract. So remember, the abstract, you will include the topic as well as objectives and the intended audience. In the description, you will include all of those elements, but you can also add activities that will be conducted during your session, as well as if there are subtopics that you'll be covering. You will include that. Any appropriate research that you'll be referencing, you can include that, but make sure you also include the intended audience. Now, the next field is your consortium name. So all consortia are listed in this particular section. However, if you are not affiliated with the consortium, you will choose other, and we have it listed here first because we know some of our attendees are not affiliated with a particular consortium. So you will select other here, and all of the consortium names are listed in alphabetical order. So you can find your consortium name by locating it in alphabetical order. The next section of this call for proposal website is the presentation type. So are you a single presenter, you and you only presenting, or are you including multiple presenters? It is okay if you include multiple co-presenters. However, we ask that the max be 6 presenters. So in theory, it could be yourself as well as your 6 co-presenters. And the next area is presentation allotted time. So just as we did last year, we have 2 different allotted times for our sessions. We have 60 minutes and 90 minutes. So based on what you plan to present, as close as possible, identify which of these time allotments best suits your particular proposal. We want to ensure that you utilize all of the time that is provided to you, and we want to mitigate as much as possible the ending of sessions early. It also helps us when we're scheduling sessions to know exactly which presentations, which allotted time you are selecting for your particular presentation. For your audience, your intended audience can be teachers, administrators, and or staff, and you can select all. So you will select your audience type here, and also ensure to include it in your description as well as your abstract so that attendees know when they are looking at which sessions they are going to attend, they attend the appropriate session, as well as when we are scheduling sessions, we want to make sure that we are scheduling sessions appropriately and providing a diverse range of sessions for administrators, for teachers, and for staff. The next section is the program strand section. So we covered this section in great detail previously in the video. And here you want to indicate which strand is most appropriate for your particular session. We know that some sessions require multiple strands, and that is okay. However, when we go to make our schedule for the summit, we utilize the strand that best suits the session, and we also use that information to ensure that we are providing a good cross-section of different types of sessions within a session block. So you want to be as accurate as possible when you are selecting which program strand aligns to your particular session. Again, you are able to select more than one, and if it's not more than one, you can select, let's say it's learner transition and marketing. Those are your 2 program strands. If none of the others align to your session, please do not select them. Next are the days you have the days that are available for you to present for the summit. And so again, we are moving from 3 days to 4 days this year. And we have sessions available in the AM as well as the PM. So take a look at your calendar and identify which days and times you are available to present. We know that it's about 5 months before the summit, but as close as possible, you want to make sure that you include your availability. And if there are any changes in your availability, contact us as soon as possible, because as we are scheduling as we are creating our schedule for the summit, we want to make sure that we have accurate availability. The next section covers the presenters. So first, starting with the lead presenter, you want to include your first name, your last name, your phone number, as well as your email address. And you want to make sure that these entries are accurate because especially the phone number and email address, we utilize this information to contact you if we have any questions about your proposal and when it comes to notifying you on whether or not your proposal has been submitted. So you want to make sure that you include accurate information here. We also utilize this information when we create our agenda and prepare to post on the virtual platform website. What's another new feature this year is a biography. So our attendees have requested in the past to learn more about the presenter, their qualifications, as well as their experience on this particular topic. And so in response to that request, we are now requiring a biography from all of our lead presenters as well as our co-presenters. So in this biography, you will keep it nice and brief and you will include your experience. So your qualifications, having to do with, the number of years you worked in adult education or education in general, the educational attainment, you can include that information. You can include your experience with a particular topic. So if you studied a particular topic or you've been working on research surrounding a particular topic, you can include all of that information in the biography field. And next, we want to know which agency or site you represent. So here, we have a list of all of the California Adult Education Program agencies, whether it's K-12, district, county office of education, as well as community college. So you will identify which agency or site you belong to. If you do not belong to a particular adult education agency or site, you will select other non-affiliated. And if you are other non-affiliated, we will include in the next line, the actual name of your agency or site. So if you are a representative of the California Department of Corrections, you will include that information here on this line. Now, if you have any co-presenters, you're able to enter in their information in this next section. Again, we want to know their first name, their last name, their email address, as well as a biography, and their school site or agency. And if there are other, we will indicate it here. Now, we want to ensure again that this information is accurate because we will utilize it to contact all co-presenters as well as publish this information on the virtual conference platform. So you want to make sure that you check for accuracy before submitting the call for proposal. The last section on this call for proposal website is the summit information. So here we ask if you would like to include your email address in our communication to the field. So you can say yes or no here. And if only the lead presenter wants to be listed, you have the option to do so here as well. The last section is the comments and questions section. So again, if you have any comments or questions, let's say you have an accommodation that you would like us to be aware of prior to as you're submitting your call for proposal, please indicate it here. Any questions or comments about your particular proposal, indicate it here. However, if you have any immediate needs, so any immediate comments or questions, here you'll contact TAP. So tap@caladoted.org, and we will respond to you in a timely manner. And when you go to submit your proposal with our new virtual conference platform, we are requiring an account be set up by each attendee as well as presenter. So if you submit a call for proposal, you as the submitter, we will capture your email address. We will ask you to create a password, and you'll be able to utilize this information in the future to access your call for proposal as well as access the conference platform. So that is all that I have for you for this live demonstration of the call for proposal process, and we will close out with the rest of our video now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Parker. And like she stated, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to CAEP TAP via our email, tap@caladoted.org, or give us a call, 888-827-2324. Don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter.
CAEP Summit 2022 Call for Proposals is open now. We look forward to your submissions and cannot wait for this year's summit. Remember, the theme this year is "The Power is Yours." Use your plan to evolve and re-engage.